guys, and welcome to 4K channel. Here I have two banknotes from Africa. Both of these are from Democratic Republic of Congo. So Democratic Republic of Congo is this large country in Central Africa. I want to show you the map real quick. So this country shaded in pink is the Democratic Republic of Congo. It's actually the second largest country in Africa. And it used to be part of Belgian Congo from 1906 till 1960. And I also want to point out this smaller country shaded in green called Rwanda. Both of these countries, Congo and Rwanda, have a very troubled past. Congo because of its dictators, and Rwanda because of its ethnic tensions and civil war. Additionally, both of these countries have been at war with each other during First and Second Congo Wars, which are considered to be the deadliest since World War II. So there's a lot of history in Central Africa, and I hope to share some of it with you through these banknotes. So let's take a look. So in 1960, when Congo gained its independence from Belgium, we started with this democratically elected government of Patrice Lumumba. But that didn't last very long. There was a coup and revolt against Lumumba, and this guy here, Mobutu, came into power. Mobutu is known as a very ruthless dictator. He executed Lumumba and basically all of his other rivals to create a authoritarian rule. During this political chaos and turmoil in Congo, this businessman turned politician by the name of Moise Tshombe in the mineral-rich province of Katanga, which is part of southern Congo, took advantage of the situation and declared Congo as an independent state. So back to the map, Katanga was this southern part of Congo. So Moise Tshombe declared Katanga as an independent state, but that only lasted for 2.5 years, from 1960 till 1963. But since there was diamonds and other minerals like uranium and cobalt, he had a lot of money to establish the National Bank of Katanga, and were able to print their own currency. So let's take a look at this particular note. So this is a 10 franc note issued by the National Bank of Katanga with this portrait of Moise Tshombe, who was the president of Katanga. This particular note is a specimen note. There is no date, but it does have a serial number. And the headquarters of their National Assembly and the bank was in the capital city of Elizabethville, which is now called Lubumbashi. On the back here, we have this modern building, which is their National Assembly or headquarters, and a single signature on the bottom. Really cool looking note. So what happened to Katanga was it only lasted for 2.5 years. Eventually, in 1963, UN peacekeeping forces moved in. Moise Tshombe fled to Spain, and Katanga was reincorporated into Democratic Republic of Congo peacefully. And what happened to Tshombe was eventually he was captured and jailed in Algeria, where he died in captivity. So this is basically a side story about Congo, about this province in Katanga, which was temporarily independent but eventually went back to Congo. So now back to this banknote. So when Mobutu came to power, one of the first things he did was to change the name of Democratic Republic of Congo to Zaire. And this name change only lasted for a few years, from 1971 till 1997. And after Mobutu was overthrown, the name went back to Democratic Republic of Congo. So this is a 10 Zaire note, and it was printed in 1977. This is pick number 23B. It is mostly blue in color. There is also a green variant, which is pick number 24. And this particular banknote was printed in Germany. All of the banknotes from Zaire have President Mobutu's portrait while wearing military uniform. So if you look on this top left corner, we have the coat of arms with a leopard, 2 spears, an elephant tusk, and this motto which states justice, peace, and labor. The writing on this note is in French. On the bottom here we have this really cool leaping leopard, and the watermark is none other than Mobutu. On the back of the note we have the flag of Zaire, which was basically a hand holding a lighted torch, and it's basically the symbol of Mobutu's political party. So Mobutu was not only a ruthless dictator, he was also very corrupt. He basically drained all the funds from Congo and became a billionaire. But he had the support of the foreign countries, especially in the West, because he had very anti-communist stance, and that was important to the West because of the Cold War. Anyways, so now let's take a look at what was going on in Rwanda, because that becomes important before I can tell you what happened to Mobutu. So going back to this map again. So Rwanda, this one of the smallest countries in Africa, this small nation of Rwanda, has 2 main ethnic groups. We have the majority Hutus and a minority Tutsis. And for a long time, the minority Tutsis were the ruling class, and the majority Hutus were oppressed. And once the Belgians left, the Hutus, who were in majority but were oppressed, they came to power. So the tables turned. Now Hutu government came into power, and they started oppressing Tutsis and basically drove them out of Rwanda. So Tutsis went into Uganda, and basically the ethnic tensions and clashes became a norm and led to civil war. Eventually this led to this terrible time in Rwanda's history where Hutus killed over 800,000 100,000 Tutsis in a period of 3 months in 1994, which is known as the Rwandan genocide. So the civil war led to the majority Hutus killing the minority Tutsis, such that about 3/4 of the Tutsis population was wiped out. And Mobutu basically supported and aided in this genocide. So this eventually led to the First Congo War, where Tutsis regrouped and basically took control of Rwanda and drove Hutus were the ones who did the genocide, drove them out of Rwanda, and Hutus who were supported by Mobutu took refuge in Congo. So basically, as part of the First Congo War, Tutsis eventually had to invade Congo, and they marched all the way to the Congo capital city and overthrew Mobutu. So this civil war in Rwanda between two ethnic groups spilled out into Congo and basically led to Mobutu, the ruthless dictator of Congo, being overthrown. So that's a little bit of what happened between these two countries. Now, going even further than that, so even though now we have gotten rid of Mobutu, who basically exiled in Morocco and died of cancer, even though Mobutu is gone and he's replaced by Kabila, and you would hope now there will be peace in this region, but this new leader of Congo, he turned his back on his former allies and basically started fueling this racial tension and the ethnic clashes by supporting the Hutus. So this finally led to the Second Congo War. This Second Congo War was at a very large scale with 9 countries involved. So pretty much all of Central Africa was involved, and it led to the estimates of 3 to 5 million people getting killed either directly in war or from disease or starvation. So that's why Second Congo War is considered one of the deadliest wars since World War II. And this had to do with the situation in Congo and, more directly with the ethnic tensions in Rwanda. Anyways, Mobutu was driven out, and even his replacement, Kabila, was eventually assassinated, and finally we had this peace restored in Central Africa. So guys, that's a little bit of history about Central Africa as it pertains to Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda. And as usual, I hope you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe. Keep collecting.